There are new questions about those emails Hillary Clinton kept on a private server when she was the Secretary of State. Clinton insisted all of her work emails were turned over, but the State Department says they're missing at least 15 related to Benghazi, which is raising questions about the truthfulness of her statements last March.
I responded right away and provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related, which totaled roughly 55,000 printed pages.
Chairman of the Benghazi Committee, Congressman Trey Gowdy, calling the flip significant and troubling. He said, quote, "This has implications far beyond Libya, Benghazi, and our committee's work. This conclusively shows her email arrangement with herself, which was then vetted by her own lawyers, was resulted in an incomplete public record." So let's bring in our experts for a very fair and balanced political debate. Amos Snead and David Mercer. Thank you both for joining us today. Amos, I want to start with you. What's your reaction? We just found about these 15 emails. We found it out because someone who she was speaking with or communicating with via email did release those emails, but they're missing on her end. What is your reaction?
I think this comes down to trust. You know, and can the American people trust Hillary Clinton? I mean, this is somebody who's been really thinking about running for president 8 years, maybe the past 20 years, and it's just shocking to think she can try to sneak this through and get away with it. How many more emails are going to continue to come out? How many more times are we going to hear this story between now and November?
David, trust and transparency?
Well, first let me say that it is the State Department to whom she gave her 55,000 emails to. And it is the State Department that is still looking for the 15 emails. It is not, as has been implied, her 15 emails that she decided to withhold. So let's just stop the innuendo and get on with the facts. And the facts being that we have had 1,000 days of investigations on Benghazi hearings. We've had 171 witnesses on Benghazi. We're now talking about Sidney Blumenthal being in front of the committee, and he answered nearly 200 questions on his communications with the Clintons, but maybe 60 questions on Benghazi. So this isn't about Benghazi or emails. This is about talking about an issue that they would rather talk about instead of the economy or the Supreme Court decision yesterday.
Basically, we're exhausting all options. I would assume that you don't think that we've exhausted. It really is it because we're still looking for answers?
I think, you know, this is someone, Hillary Clinton wants to be president of the United States. And if you are going to elect a president, they have to be open and honest and transparent. And the American people should trust that person as a leader. This continued, you know, just leaking out of more emails and more it doesn't make any sense.
Especially because it has to deal with, go ahead, with Sidney Blumenthal in particular.
Leaks are coming from Gowdy and his fellow Republicans. That's one. Two, they won't make transparent the deposition that Sidney Blumenthal just gave for 9 hours of questions before that committee. So, and not only that, it's been now 5 months since Secretary Clinton said to all of us, I want to come before your committee and to communicate and answer any questions you have. That's yet to be done. So let's have transparency and full disclosure, which we're not getting from this committee right now.
But we did hear from Congressman Gowdy, and he said this has a much broader meaning, even though it's just these 15 emails. Why do you think he said that?
I think it goes back to the very beginning. You know, it's a private server, and then the emails are held by her team, and they're not opened up and looked at. So if there's 15 that are hiding that we've just now discovered, how many more are there? How many more times are we going to continue to hear this story?
Well, if I just might add that Colin Powell had a private email that was combined with his work email. Jeb Bush had the same. Jeb Bush had 3 million emails and only turned over 250,000 of those, making it appear that he handed over all his emails.
He wasn't the Secretary of State when there was an
attack. But he was an elected official, even more important in that he's seeking the election of the presidency.
I want to bring up a Fox News poll so we have enough time, because we've been talking about trustworthy and transparency. And it was a Fox News poll that says, is Hillary Clinton honest and trustworthy? And we have 52% of those who are saying that she is not. And I want to get your reaction to that, David, because this is she's running a campaign, and this is how she is coming across, despite the fact that you're saying that we are exhausting all options by investigating her.
Sure.
This is how she's coming across.
I think with the leaks and the constant discussion, not of issues, but of Benghazi, and you ask a question, do you trust a politician? The answer is going to be no in the backdrop of what we're discussing now. But let's also say ask that same question of the 10, 11, 15 other GOP candidates running for president, and let's see what their numbers are. And I will point out a different number, and that is in the Hispanic community. Surprisingly, you have Hillary Clinton, who is favored by more than 50 points than Jeb Bush, even though he was the former governor of Florida and supposedly spoke to the Hispanic community. But the brand of the GOP is hurting among the Hispanic community.
About 15 seconds. I want to give you your last word.
I mean, she's had a lot of time to prepare for this campaign rollout, and to see the unfavorable and the trustworthiness goes up, it just speaks for her campaign. It's kind of got off on the wrong foot, I would say.
All right. Thank you both for joining me on this very rainy Saturday. Thank you so much.